Hello everybody, I hope that you are good. This video is going to be quite different because it's for those who want to start to get ready for the next bull run and want to start to get into altcoins. And we're going to discuss in this video the possibility, real possibility in my opinion, and quite likely, that alts see new lows. The title is not clickbait. In my opinion, this is a real possibility, and I'm going to explain you why I think this can happen. And at the moment, it's probably the most likely scenario in my opinion. So let's start with this. Okay, what in the Bitcoin dominance? This is basically a chart that measures the dominance of Bitcoin versus altcoins. Okay, so it's simple. If the chart goes up, then Bitcoin is gonna outperform altcoins, and if the chart goes down, okay, then the altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin. It's as simple as that. Now, I have this image here that I recommend you to download it. You can take a screenshot, or easier, you can go to Google and search Bitcoin dominance cycle, and you're gonna find this image, okay? But basically says what I said, but in a more detailed way. It's telling you here that when Bitcoin dominance goes up, that means that Bitcoin is outperforming altcoins, okay? So the best case scenario for altcoins is just to be stable. But if Bitcoin increases, the altcoins are going to go down. And now pay attention to this. If Bitcoin goes down, the altcoins are going to take a big dump. Okay? This basically means that if the Bitcoin dominance is going up, okay, that means that altcoins are going to be doing bad against Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin is going down, altcoins are going to do even worse. And you're going to see maybe Bitcoin going down 1%, and maybe the altcoins can go down 3-4%. So that's something you have to keep in mind. Now, on the other hand, if Bitcoin dominance is going down, the altcoins are going to be safe, okay? If Bitcoin decreases, the altcoins, the most likely is that they are stable and they're not either going up or down. Now, if Bitcoin is stable, the altcoins are going to go up because the altcoins are going to be outperforming Bitcoin. And this is the next scenario when we can see an alt season is when Bitcoin goes up and the Bitcoin dominance goes down. Why? Because altcoins are going to do better than Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin is already doing good, altcoins are going to be doing even better. So then you're going to have an alt season. The problem that we have with this chart is that we've been in this range for 2 years, okay? We started the range in May 10th, 2021. So, next week that's going to be 2 years. That's crazy. 2 years of sideways in a range. So let me draw first the bottom of the range. That would be around here. Okay, and then the top of the range, I would say that it's something like this. Okay, all of this. You can see that right now we are at resistance. Okay, in the previous times when Bitcoin came to this area, it went down. Well, this area didn't get there really, but in this area went down. Okay, so I remember in this candlestick here, 10th of April, I remember I saw crypto Twitter was calling for an alt season. And I'll tell you something, it's impossible because it's simple as that. This wasn't an alt season. This was not an alt season. And this wasn't an alt season. These are just small altcoins rallies, okay? If we zoom out, you're going to see that we are at the lows. This was an alt season. This drop here, you can see the difference. That was the alt season that we saw at the start of 2021 that lasted until May. That was an alt season. This over here, that was an alt season. But these things here, they are not alt seasons. They are just alt rallies. That's all they are. Yes, you can make a lot of money here. Of course, I'm not going to deny that. You can make a lot of money, but they are not seasons. Okay, nothing compares to what we saw at the start of 2021. That first half of the year was spectacular. You could see your portfolio doubling every day or every hour even. It was insane. I remember that. But right now, if you notice, we're at the lows. Okay, so when we break out of this range, what direction do you think we're gonna break out to? The downside or the upside? I think it's pretty clear we're going to go to the upside. Okay? I think it's pretty clear. And if you check the Bitcoin dominance cycle, when the Bitcoin dominance increases, alts are not gonna do well. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. So we're in a range that we know is gonna break out sooner or later, and right now we are at resistance, you can see. Now the next question that we have to ask ourselves is this time looking any different than the previous times? My answer is yes. I think yes, because if you notice what usually happens when we get to these highs, is that we see a weak and a strong reaction. It happened here. It happened here. Well, this didn't get there, but again, a weak and price goes to the bottom of the range. It happened here again. Now, this time, it's looking a bit different, isn't it? Because you can see this week, okay, price gets rejected, but then comes back up instantly. And now we have a candle close in this zone. We haven't had that before. And it seems that to me that this week, what we might be seeing is a flip of resistance to support. Okay, so what about if we see something like this? Okay, then again flip this level, this higher resistance, and then price can go higher, maybe to 52, 54. Okay, imagine if this happened at the same time as Bitcoin goes down and has, some kind of retrace, because keep in mind that Bitcoin has gone up quite quickly, I would say, from 15k to 30k. That's a massive move. And yes, Bitcoin has done some important retraces, but we're right now at 31k. Well, we were at 31k. Now we're at 28k. What if the Bitcoin dominance goes up at the same time as Bitcoin, say that it goes to 25k, 22k? What would happen to altcoins? Well, let's check the Bitcoin dominance cycle. Bitcoin dominance goes up. When Bitcoin goes down, then we're going to see the altcoins decreasing fast. That's going to be a big dump. Okay, they're going to go to the floor. If that is the case, to me the Bitcoin dominance seems that it's quite likely that it breaks to the upside, or at least it's looking quite strong at the moment. It's looking also different than any time 2 years ago. This is the only time that you can see that there is a high probability that it breaks to the upside. So that's a start. Now, if Bitcoin starts to go down from here at the same time as the Bitcoin dominance goes up, the altcoins are gonna go to the floor, and they're probably gonna make new lows. That's my point. We're now on the daily time frame, and I want to compare the price of the Bitcoin dominance, that's the normal chart, green and red candles, versus the price of Bitcoin, that's the orange line, okay? So you can see that right now we are at 28,800. Okay, Bitcoin is going up. And the 9th of April, we were at, let me check, 9th of April, 28,600-ish. So that's, pretty much the same level. Now in the Bitcoin dominance, you can see that the same day, the 9th of April, the highest point was 47.66%. And now we are at 48.5%. So that's telling you that the Bitcoin dominance has some strength, and this adds confluence to the idea that, the possibility of Bitcoin dominance breaking out of this range to the upside is quite likely. What now in this chart is called TOTAL3 is this one here, and it's basically the market cap of crypto excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So it's basically altcoins and stable coins. So we can see how the altcoins are doing, okay? This is the daily time frame, sorry. You can see that right now we are below the 50 EMA, and let me tell you, as long as we are below the 50 EMA and we are testing it as resistance so many times, look at this, the EMA is just gonna push price down, okay? That's what's gonna happen. Now, this is even more interesting in my opinion. Let's compare the TOTAL3 with Bitcoin. Okay, because now you can see that Bitcoin is at this level over here. Okay, let me draw a straight line. Okay, Bitcoin is at this level, and it's difficult to tell. Was that also the 9th of April? Yes, that's the 9th of April. Okay, so when Bitcoin was at this level in the past, in this zone here, the 9th of April, So you can see that the altcoins were in this zone. Okay, now Bitcoin is at the same level as the 9th of April, and the altcoins are in this level. Okay, so let me remove this now. So that's telling you the altcoins are already starting to feel the effect of the Bitcoin dominance going up. Okay, so that's telling you that there is a lot of weakness in the altcoins. If you have altcoins over Bitcoin right now, your portfolio, you're not getting as much money, you're losing money. It's as simple as that. If you have Bitcoin, you would be safer at this time. Now let's go and check some altcoin charts, because we should see something very similar to the total 3 in altcoins, okay? Because this should be copying this chart. Okay, so let's check, for example, ADA. This is Cardano, okay? Let's check. Well, you can see that the chart is quite similar. Yes, you can see, but Cardano has gone up at 90%. It has almost double price since the lows. Okay, now let's check ADA versus Bitcoin, not versus the dollar. What do you see here? It's making new lows constantly making new lows. And I can tell you that the most likely thing, unless if the Bitcoin dominance reverses here and it goes again to the bottom of the range, the most normal thing is that Cardano versus Bitcoin keeps making lower lows. Okay, so let's go now to the DOT, for example. Let's see DOT. All right, we have quite a similar chart. Let's check. That's another 88% up, quite similar to the total 3. Let's check now DOT versus Bitcoin. Oh, what a surprise! It's making new lows. Look, this last week we saw new lows, constantly making new lows. Now imagine if the Bitcoin dominance keeps going up and breaks out of this range. This is gonna blitz so badly. And when Bitcoin goes down versus the dollar, so when the Bitcoin USD chart goes down, you're gonna see this chart, DOT versus US, also going down very strong. So I don't know how to tell you this, guys, but I don't see how alts can be safe at this point. As long as the Bitcoin dominance does something different to what it seems that it might be doing, and it goes down again to the bottom of the range, altcoins are not safe. So in my opinion, it's not a good time to buy altcoins. Let me show you a real example of what happened back in 2018, so you can see how important is the Bitcoin dominance. Okay, so back in 2018, we could see that the Bitcoin dominance formed a double B pattern, and then we had an uptrend from May 2018 to September. That's 5 months of uptrend. Now in that time, Bitcoin didn't really do much, because you can tell here that Bitcoin had a support and it was testing that support, ranging, not moving much. Then Bitcoin went down, okay, and the Bitcoin dominance didn't follow. The Bitcoin dominance was ranging in this zone, okay. In this time, alts took a massive dump. Now if we go and check the total 3 between November and December, I think it was, between November and December, total 3, we can see that I think it's in this zone, around this zone. So this was a 60% down. Now consider that this is also altcoins and stablecoins, so it's not really a 60%, it's more like a 65-70% at least. I would say 65-70% is quite realistic for altcoins. So that dump, was massive. Now let's go back to the Bitcoin dominance. Okay, let's see what we are today. Okay, let me remove all of this. I don't want this mess in my chart. So we're in this zone. Now imagine if the Bitcoin dominance flips this resistance as support, okay, and it ranges here. And at this time, Bitcoin goes down but the Bitcoin dominance is not going down, it's ranging here. What do you think would happen to altcoins? Altcoins would be destroyed. So my plan is to not buy altcoins here. Okay, if you are, if you want to do DCA because you bought higher, then yes, you can, for example, go. I'm gonna say Chainlink because I've charted Chainlink last week, so it's a very recent chart that I have in my head. Yes, if you bought Chainlink in this zone over here at $15 or $10, then yes, you can, you could DCA in this zone at the bottom of the range. But if you haven't bought yet, I would either buy at confirmation of the breakout, okay, or if Bitcoin dominance goes up, then Chainlink is going to be a lot cheaper. It's probably going to fall to this area all the way to $4.80. So keep that in mind because, that narrative I just told you, I see it quite valid. We only need to see the Bitcoin dominance flipping that resistance into support, and then Bitcoin having a bigger retrace, maybe to 25k, 22k. But obviously, the lower it goes, the lower is going to be the market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So the altcoins are going to do a lot worse. For now, I'm not expecting Bitcoin to go, to test the lows or go lower. But who knows? If Bitcoin went even lower, went again to 18k or so, it's very normal that we would see the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, maybe going all the way here. Okay? Because, this is also an imbalance, and it's a chart that I can use my trading system and chart. So it might come all the way to $200 billion market cap. And that would be huge. That would basically mean that a lot of altcoins would disappear. But didn't we see that in other cycles? Why not in this cycle? Why is not happening in this cycle? Has the TOTAL3 really, has the altcoins gone down enough? I don't know. Sometimes I think like this. I remember that in previous cycles we saw so many altcoins disappearing, like 90% of altcoins disappeared. It was crazy. If you get a screenshot from the coin market cap back in time, and you see the top 20 best altcoins, and I showed you now, you are not gonna recognize them, and they were at the top. So why isn't that happening in this cycle? Has the TOTAL3 gone down enough, or does it still have some way lower, maybe to $200 billion? I don't know. Keep this in mind, guys. I would tell you that, if you are doing DCA, I don't want you to, after watching this video, to become greedy. If you are doing DCA, it's a valid zone to do DCA. But if you haven't bought any altcoins yet, I would suggest that you buy after you see confirmation of the move for the altcoins, for the TOTAL3, okay? Or just wait, because maybe you get a cheaper opportunity at cheaper price, okay? And then I can tell you this would be lifetime money, okay? This would change your life, this money, because look at this. Let me go, for example, to Chainlink, okay? Yeah, I like Chainlink. Let's go to Chainlink. Imagine if you want to prepare for the next bull run, and you buy at this price now, $7, okay? $7, and you want to sell, let's say, I don't know, let's see, $40, for example. That's a 469%. Now, if you buy low and you buy, for example, at 480, then we are talking about 731%. You can see the difference is quite big. So I'm telling you, if you buy now, you are at the risk that maybe altcoins can go lower and you are missing a cheaper opportunity. Okay? Now, you might also be missing, because maybe now the altcoins start to go up that you have some confirmation and you buy here, and yes, you're gonna lose some appreciation in price, but you're gonna have confirmation. So, it's not financial advice, but put in a balance and see what you think is more worth it. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.